to add your head. It's okay. But if that's only what they can do, let them provide more accommodations.
I will wish the government can come into it, because we have a lot of houses that are uncompleted building for so many years and no occupants. And those houses, they were also recovered by the EFCC, can equally be helped to give it out in a lower price rate that individuals in Nigeria can be able to afford a home. And equally, if you can check in Abuja, we have Kwali, we have Gwagwalada, we have Kuje, we have Airport Road, areas that people would have been living. But the land issue is becoming so difficult. So if government can allocate those areas to the poor masses that can be able to accommodate themselves, I think the issue of rent will be brought down.
The only improvement I know that a modern country has adopted that will still work in Nigeria is for government to weigh in to regulate the landlord-tenant coexistence. So because you can't tell me that the house they rebuilt 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, when a bag of cement was way lesser, that the landlord will keep on increasing in the name of galloping economy. So the government should weigh in. That's the essence of having government.
If government can build house, but every year they will budget money and say they are building house, you cannot see the houses, you cannot see money, you cannot see even the people. So if government can help us build houses, give to, especially to civil servants, because they are the most affected people in this housing deficit.
I think government needs to really make this housing issue quite available, not just to civil servants alone, but I guess to whoever comes into Abuja. There should be a housing policy whereby it will help resolve some of these problems. The Ministry of Works and Housing needs to do a whole lot. You know, that particular ministry has been saddled with the responsibility of at least some of these things. And then I guess the issue of developers equally should be made, they should have an easy access to having lands available, build houses, and then probably make it available, that is, make it in such a way that civil servants or whoever wants to come to the housing thing will be able to have it at their fingertips. It's not easy.
During the Shagari era, during the 1970s and the rest, there were housing scheme which we knew about, that he built a lot of housing quarters for civil servants, I know. But it's unfortunate that even if many things are going to come up, people who are not civil servants may not actually get the best. In fact, I saw some kind of giveaway, should I call it a form of palliative, in form of rice in bags for civil servants, which did not extend to people who are not civil servants. So even if that should even happen now, I don't think government, for now, with what I'm seeing, there's not been a holistic inclusion of every part and parcel of the citizenry, seriously. So my own advice or my own suggestion is that the government should be an all-inclusive government whereby everybody will benefit. More housing units should be created by the current administration. Though I've been seeing some strides.
It's not 2024 alone. These things start from the crash. That Shagari, during Shagari, how much they sell one bedroom in federal housing unit? How much they sell it? Maybe it's not up to 4,000 something. The way they deduct the money inside those people who work in the office is small money. After that one, see how they increase the housing unit. Although we understand that everything come up in the market. Both cement, all the items they use to build the house. But the government need to do more work on it.
Yeah, the improvement is that the government agency that are saddled with the responsibility to regulate this body should sit up and put them in check. There are price that is made for a estate owner, landlords to collect, from a tenant. The way forward that the government to sit up and regulate these people so that they will get what is due for them. I'm not saying that they should build and they will not make profit. No, The landlord, anybody that labor should work. The estate owners build a house, selling it, there should be a maximum price that they will make little profit, and the people that will acquire this property will also enjoy it.
We take what our leaders have done in the past, just opposing it with what we have now. These ones now are far, far below. You know, let me start with Jakande in Lagos. We saw what Jakande did concerning housing. Shagari built a lot of houses throughout the Federation. Come to even Abacha that just left not long. Abacha built one of the largest estates in West Africa. But now looking at our present leadership, it's nothing to write home about. Nothing tangible.
So if I could rate the government from the military to the civilian government, they have not been helpful, because by now they should have built houses for the less privileges, the poor ones, the ones that are not able to afford, especially here in Abuja, because they are outrageous. The rentages are outrageous.
But I would say so far so good. It's been going on well, but more still needs to be done. You can't just give the government 100%. Some persons are still living in a shallow place where their family and their relative, they barely survive. When you're talking about the other problems Nigerians are facing. So we say if from 1 to 10, I would say 4. Yeah, just run, but they need to do more.
So far, so good. Based on what I know, I think they are really trying. Everything does not really depend on the government. I think we as an individual we also have a role to play. It's a concerted effort, like it's a collective effort. Everybody has to be totally involved. Everything doesn't have to do with the government. But okay, going to the side of the government, I would just say they've really tried, and I can also say they have not tried as well. Like I said earlier, if I must reiterate, like since I was born till now, everything that has to do with housing, I think I'll be taking care of it myself. Like I said, from my parents' time then down to my own time as well. So everything has been taken care of, not by the government, but by myself.
If you ask me, for the past years, it has not been what is expected. In fact, in the First Republic, it was even better. In Lagos, you talk of Jakande estate and all, but today you hardly can see. If you move around Abuja, you see estates, that are empty. Those buildings are there, but nobody's occupying it. Why? Because they cannot afford it. Average Nigerian is unable to afford the house that have been built, for the citizens or for the people living in Nigeria. So it's not been the way we expect.
In fact, government needs to do more in providing houses to its citizens, because right now you can see a lot of people staying in rented houses. They cannot afford to build their own house. They cannot afford to rent a house, and so there's a huge deficit now in the housing gap. So there's need for the present government and even the government to come to do much more in providing housing to its citizens.
The government of Goodluck Jonathan made some commendable effort by opening up housing estates for the well-being of civil servants and average Nigerians. I think that effort was sustained until the end of his administration.
I know that from Shagari government in 1979, one of their key agenda of the NPM was housing development. And indeed, they do build houses, because I'm a witness to those houses in Port Harcourt, in Lagos. We have so many of those federal housing estates. But other succeeding government, they've not been really trying, but somehow IBB try with Jeremiah Husseini, all of them. Abacha too trying to develop the Gwarimpa area, and if his government, if he didn't give up, I think if he didn't give up in debt, he would have been able to develop up to Zuba by now. So he tried, but all other succeeding government, they've not really tried. The person who really wanted to give a shot again in development was the Goodluck administration. I think through the Minister of Finance, when they are trying to bring a mortgage system.
I would say that they are trying, especially to them, they are trying, but to us as citizens, I won't say we are satisfied with what they are doing, because seriously, their performance is below. Is below what what will satisfy us.
Any good government should be able to provide housing. You understand me? Food, the needy thing for the poor. But since they cannot do it, there's nothing we can do. The poor continue to be poorer, while the rich continue to be richer. So affordable housing thing is one of the priority of the government, but they refuse to do it. So what do we do, the poor people?
I won't rate them high at all. Like for a scale of 1 to 100, I think I just rate them 20, because we are having more houses in the country, and they are only affordable for the rich. So the medium class people are finding it very difficult to afford those houses. So I think they should do something about it.
The National Bureau of Statistics' latest report states that Nigeria's gross domestic product, GDP, growth declined to 2.31% in the first quarter of 2023. This decline can be attributed to so many factors. However, chief amongst these factors, according to the Bureau, is the cashless policy introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria in 2022. However, Abuja, the nation's capital, has been experiencing high cost of living in recent times, with many residents struggling to make ends meet. In an interview with some traders in Lugbe area of Abuja, one Mrs. Eukaria, a roadside food seller, lamented the cost of food items and fuel in the market and the cost of transporting them as the major factors that affect the prices of goods she sells.
We are surviving, but something is very costly. Like this yam that I'm selling now, the thing is very costly now. I don't even know where we are going, because yam where would they buy? See yam where would they buy 800, 700, and now we see 1,200, 1,500 for each one. So if you can't send them, come out money where you use to buy the sauce, do the sauce, you're not going to even see anything. So the thing they make it to see something where children go to eat, school fees, all these things, they hand us.
Meanwhile, many residents have resorted to taking on side hustle in order to supplement their income and make ends meet. This is the story of Samuel Godstein, a clothes seller in Gudu Junction, who said he cannot depend on one source of income to survive in Abuja.
It's just that I got a passion for the business right from time, and considering the cost of living, you know, the income we realize now is not even up to our needs, up to handling our needs. So the business, I came about the business from side hustle, doing it with little capital, but as time goes on, I think it's even more beneficiary to me, even more than doing anything else. Understand? It's good for someone to realize, because the country now is no longer favorable. And it's good in anything you are doing, just try to get aside something that you attach to it to really enhance you more.
According to a recent study by the National Bureau of Statistics in collaboration with other development partners, 133 million Nigerians are experiencing multidimensional poverty. Some Abuja residents are not left out of these statistics. The high cost of living is largely attributed to the high cost of rent, healthcare services, transportation, and food. Louisa Ibrahim, a trader in Lugbe area, expressed her frustration with the situation, stating that the high cost of living is making it increasingly difficult for them to provide for their families and maintain a decent standard of living.
I just try my best. I fry awara around this mango tree. Kuma they do rice and beans For our house, we call them Garogoromai Deaji. Before, if you want to put your kid for primary school, now only 1.5 or 1.8. Now I carry my first daughter, I go now 8,500. Now, if you see the school, no chair like that, some children that it's not for ground. You go wash your picking clothes well. Just do iron. Carry go school. Before like 2 hours now, if your picking come back now, so you go see and every place do dirty. Get dirty. No good like that. Make them efforts now. Now government school, our children they go. No get the money, we go carry children go private. If you want go private now, wait till you go use and carry your children go private. The small business way they do.
Although high cost of living is a national and even global phenomenon on different levels, however, the case of the nation's capital, Abuja, is different and has made it necessary for many residents to take on side hustles, going the extra miles in order to survive.
Well, I think I blame both of them, because the government is supposed to provide housing for the people. And because of housing deficits, people have no option than to build wherever they see. And that is responsible for all these collapses you are seeing. If government, like in developed worlds, are responsible for houses for the people, I don't think anybody will be striving to build on waterway. So that is the major problem. So I blame government more for not taking good care of the people. What is wrong in building local houses where people will stay? But they don't do that. Even the local houses they build, most of the time, is too exorbitant for the ordinary Nigerian to get it. How about the workers? They are working in Abuja here, and they don't have a place to live. So where do you want them to stay? It is pressure that makes people to build on waterways.
To be very honest with you, I think both parties have part to blame. They have to take part of the blames. Mostly the government. If you watch in a situation where there's no government they give plans, they give orders, but they don't enforce it. Like take for instance, in the cases of Abuja, you have some of the villages where the indigenes they give away land indiscriminately to people. They are saying no paper to back it up, and now they will collect small money from people and then allow you to build where you are not even. And they know that you are not supposed to build on those people. But the fact that you give them small amount of money, but if government has make a housing plan, some of these villages, government can take up those villages and use their hand to arrange the building the way they should be. That you don't have right to start selling land to any other person. So I think government have a major part to play.
I think the government should have made proper arrangement for plans when it comes to structures and planning the areas very well. This is the duty of the government. And of course, if any citizen is going to build somewhere, the government already has planned out not to be a good place, that they definitely know when it rains, there's going to be a flood. So government are supposed to have made proper planning for all of this.
Actually, you blame the Nigerian who built a house on the waterway. You don't blame government, because these individuals, they purposely know that that particular place is a waterway, and they still go ahead and build. After some time, you see a house collapse. Some will even wash away with the rain, something, and they will now call government for help. Why should government come and help somebody who purposely built that particular thing? So government need to even enact a law that will punish those who offend that particular dish.
You can't blame the government. You will only blame the Nigerians, because they see that that place is erosion. So they don't have any right to build on top of erosion. So when they build it, by tomorrow you can't blame government. So that is it. So if you want to build, you know the place that you can build your house and be saved. So that is it. So you can't see where erosion do, they go and build on top. Tomorrow you start blaming government.
I believe that we should have a collaborative effort between the government and the citizens, stakeholders, because I would not want to, I'm tired of the blame game. You can on your own do something in your own little way. So I think we should need to see more collaborative efforts. Going further, Nigeria, our population is increasing as the day goes by. So just imagine us in the next 10 years, the next 3 years. And the thing we should pay attention to, we're not paying attention to, God bless us with land. Land's in abundance. What are we doing about it? So I think we should start thinking about our future. We start planning, because it's the most populated black nation in the world. So we should expect so much from her, and you understand that our population is increasing every day, so we need to do.
The unfortunate, what's the surprising thing we need to know is that some persons who are even building in unauthorized places, lands, they know that those places are unauthorized, but they just like, for the meantime, let me just keep living there. Whenever they come for removal, then I must have lived because I don't have where to live. And why I say is the blame should go to the both sides because those places you are said authorized place that you are living to was still approved by some government officials. They must have collected money from them. You can't just start building. There is no way you can start building in FCT that you will not, the development control, the FCDA will not be aware. So you will be surprised that they still connived with some government officials. So that's why I say the blame go to BOSPA.
This is what it looks like now in the Kabusa community of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And what you see now is not new to the residents. From lack of basic social amenities, cost of food prices, lack of power supply, no drainage system, lack of pipe-borne water system, bad roads, just to mention but a few. They say every time it rains, the entire streets get flooded, and the situation can even be worse. This community is made up of people from different spheres of life who share a common bond, that is, living in an appalling state. In a bid to get a clearer picture, the housing development crew spoke to some of the residents who aired their grievances while calling on the government to come to their aid. Mrs. Mercy Musa's business has been at a standstill due to lack of patronage, as many of her customers complain of a lack of money for services.
Things are just standstill because of, in fact, I cannot really explain what is happening. So I am just pleading to this administration that is coming forth that he should try and know how he was going to do with this country, Nigeria, so that this we can have good life. Because just imagine that you stay for how many days, you will not see food to eat because there's no market. Even when you come, like yesterday, I did not do anything here. Day before yesterday, I did not do anything. Almost going to a week. In a week, you cannot even get most of even 5,000 naira. There are a lot of things. We are still talking about the same security of a thing. They stole my gen. In fact, this place is just somehow. Do you understand? There is no good road. Like now, yesterday, I prepared for AMAC. I'm still ready for them to come. Because every year you find out they will come here and collect our money without not doing anything. Every rainy season, you see things are just somehow for person. For you to even go to your house is a problem. For you to trek, when rain fall here now, for you to trek from here to road is a big problem.
For Mr. Paul, who is in his mid-30s and makes a living via his laundry business, the center can no longer hold, as electricity supply, among other challenges, makes living in Kabusa difficult.
Kabusa, what we face is house rent is very, very cost. The light issue, like me, I used to do laundry business. They do to light, I have challenge. I look at my shop, see clothes. For how many they no lights? We are facing so many challenges. No road from here to town. You cannot access better road. No road, and we are paying tax. Apart from my laundry, I don't have any business. I just manage my normal bill. I do to go out to hustle for customer, you know, to earn my day. Because sometimes if I don't have if customer come, I will play with the person. Or guys see light, you know, they'll see how it be. The person will understand because of the way we live in Kabusa.
With 4 kids to cater for, one would say it's not all rosy for Mrs. Sarah Timothy.
I have 4 children. Yes, they are staying with me here. Light, we have light for Kabusa here, but the problem, the bill is too much. So no be say my husband one can better work when they do. They manage ourselves small, we thank God. These ones when I fry and we use and they manage ourselves. I business my husband they do. But sometimes you know have if you go work like this, not see better money. Now the bonds when I sell, now I go still use them. Cook for my children, made them eat.
The access road to get by every day is a major challenge for Mr. John, who called on the government to provide the necessary infrastructure to make living better for him and his family.
The living condition in Kabusa is very good. We are living in a good condition with the indigenous. Our challenges is the nation, the government. The government is not providing our living enabilities for us to live very fine. So you can see the environment, no water, you must buy, no good road. They go start this one from year to year. This is why I come this Kabusa now, so then they do different contracts. See, this Baba Buhari don't they come out. So that is the only challenges we have here. We don't have any government infrastructure. Is government infrastructures, access road, that is number one. Water, that is number two. And this government hospital, the major thing that we have, somebody like me I'm facing in Kabusa is access road. We don't have any access road. So they have to come and know what they do about it.
While many people put a smile on their faces just to get by every day, despite the lack of infrastructure and extreme poverty, there is no gainsaying that the people need intervention.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.